complete agreement. Thank you.
If you don't mind, I can add on this question.
Sure.
We have a community of Swedish companies in India, and quite often we have equality as a discussion point, because of this is a very sound subject for European companies and for European culture. And here we try to behave the same way. And when you ask this question to Kalki, I was thinking, how would I answer this question? And I would add that I think respect is actually a good word. We need to respect women as an equal part of the society. We are not the same, men and women. I mean, God's created us different, but we have the same rights and we have the same opportunities. And this is what we try to embrace, that everyone have an equal opportunity to participate in the social life, in the business life, etc., etc. But the choice, of course, always back to people, but the society should treat equally and respect equally men and women. This would be a kind of our standpoint for the women empowerment.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, congrats on completing 50 years. This is Roshni from Best Media Info. My question is for either Ms. Dugal or Mr. Anand, whoever. With hashtag Beautiful Change, the new campaign that you guys are launching, will there be a mass media campaign which will follow on? And how well and how far have you been using digital to really promote? Because Oriflame is not a really retail strong brand. It's more direct sales. So how big part does digital play in your marketing?
Thank you for asking us this question. Digital comes across as a big opportunity for us. And through this campaign, I think we are very proud to introduce it to you. In fact, you're the one sitting out here. In fact, globally, India is the first market to introduce this campaign, and we really feel proud to do that. The bigger leg of this campaign would definitely run on digital. This is not just a campaign for a month or so. It's what the brand believes in and what the brand wants to promote. It's all about basically collecting people and their stories from all across the globe to create this change, to create this momentum. And there is nothing better than digital that will play on this.
And should we expect a mass media campaign, or that's not our...
Well, we are working more on digital to this because we are digitally connected definitely across the globe.
Thank you. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Rini, and I first of all want to congratulate you for so many years of women empowerment. A little, example of that is 15 years ago, I think about more than 15 years ago, my mum had started selling these from her house, and she was just a homemaker then. We were in school, and that gave her a lot of confidence to actually start her own business in textiles later. So thank you so much for giving opportunities to women in smaller towns of India to do something which no one had thought of at that decade. And now my question to Kalki is, Kalki, you're like this, this vision of a strong woman who always does what she feels is right. Nowadays, a lot of young girls and women have these unreal expectations or benchmarks of beauty, and they want to look the certain way or be a certain way to kind of get this false gratification from people, other people, and not from within. What would be your message to those young girls who look up to you?
I think that, beauty is such a vast thing, and we tend to look at beauty from a very, very commercial angle. And I would just say that uniqueness is another kind of beauty, and what you stand out in is what makes you beautiful. I mean, I have always been told I'm the unconventional actor and this and that, and I've embraced that unconventionalness because it is who I am, and that's actually why I am sitting here today and choosing a brand like Oriflame, and they're choosing me. So there is a place for beauty which is not necessarily just the exterior idea of beauty, and it's up to you to hone that personality,
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So any more questions here? So we've got loads of questions coming in here. All right, on my left, right here who's seated, and the gentleman who had already asked a question, he wants to ask more questions.
Hi, congratulations. I'm Gurbir from Salon International. My question is to the gentleman on. Yeah, hi. I wanted to ask you, you're a direct retail sales company. How many partners do you have currently, and what is the expansion plan there? And are you looking at the B2B angle differently, putting up at shops or going? What is your expansion plan, basically?
Yes, I guess this is question to me.
Yeah.
Well, we cannot, we are actually a public company, and our shares are traded in the Stockholm Stock Exchange, and therefore we have limitation to what extent we can reveal numbers for each particular market. But what I can say that India is one of our five strategic focus markets where we as a company have a special attention and have a very high expectation. We actually have more than 20 places where we present ourselves, but this place is not B2B. It's actually, it's more service centers for our partners. And we have 2 factories already in India, and we are very, very positive into our outlook for the future of Oriflame in India. Going to your question to the beginning, are we going to do retailing or B2B? The answer would be not, because we in Oriflame, we are actual direct selling company. We are selling through personal recommendation. And going back to the couple of questions which sounded today, we are a very social company because of, for us, connection and trust from people to people is actually a foundation of our industry. I mean, people buying our products through friends, through recommendations, through referrals. And therefore, we give them an opportunity to build their own networks. It's actually kind of franchisee model for individual people. Therefore, we have no plans to go retail because of people who are our partners. They build their business and build their future, which they can pass this business to their children as well, on the principle of a personal recommendation, personal referral, and therefore this is the foundation of our business.
We will
Hi, question. Hi, I have one. Hi, Kalki. Kalki, this side. My question is from Kalki कि आपको याद आता है बचपन में कभी माँ के कुछ ऐसी चीज़ें जो आपको ब्यूटी के लिए आप प्रयोग करती थी, और अभी आप फिल्मों में कब आने वाली हैं? वो टिप्स बताइए, और फिल्मों में कब आने वाली हैं?
मेरी मम्मी एक बहुत ही अच्छी सीक्रेट मुझे दिया, which is coconut oil, प्योर ऑर्गेनिक कोल्ड प्रेस कोकोनट ऑयल, जो अभी भी मैं बहुत यूज़ करती हूँ, खाना में डालती हूँ, बाल में डालती हूँ, फेस में डालती हूँ. सो आई लिव बाय कोकोनट ऑयल. और दूसरी फिल्मों, न्यू प्रोजेक्ट्स. अच्छा, फिल्मों, आई हैव 2 films releasing very soon. End of October, I have a film called Jia Jia, जो मैं और रिचा चड्डा ने किया. It's a girls' road trip through Sweden.
Yeah,
actually.
exactly. It was a very good connection.
So fantastic. We should have gotten in touch with Oriflame when we needed money to make the film, but never mind. And the second film is an independent film by a new director called Rakhi Sandilya, and it's called Ribbon. And that's releasing in November.
just one.
Ms. Dugal, as Kalki spoke about coconut, and we saw in the slide like we were talking about Kerala actually, where you get the natural resources. So do you have plans where in India there are lots of places where you have the natural resources and you try to get associated with that particular state and trying, to bring an empowerment there actually?
Definitely, I think our R&D team is continuously working on these for years, and this was just one place that they've identified in India through Fair Trade, and it's called Fair Trade Alliance Kerala. But needless to say, I think for us as a brand, what is more important? One is using the best of the ingredients in our products, and secondly, sourcing it from credible sources is what makes us important. So there is no limit to it, that whether we source it from other places in India. Definitely, I mean, if that is an opportunity that comes in, it will happen.
In the same time, we have a pretty strong control and restrictions of what we are doing. Our people who are doing product development, they really control the product ingredient chain from the beginning to the end. For example, we will not deal with the companies who would use child labor, for example, who would do unethical behavior towards nature. So it's not only one example. This is a totality of our approach to the product sourcing and raw material sourcing.
Thank you. Now, I think we'll have to. We're just running a bit short of time. So
Hi, Kalki. I have a question for you, actually. Back here on your... Yeah, hi. Okay, this is a little different. This is a little offbeat, of course. You know, we are talking about beautiful change, but unfortunately, a little boy in Gurugram, lost his life in school. That raises the question of children being secure in schools. What are your thoughts on it?
I'm afraid I'm not here to discuss other news.
Thank you.
We can have an interview later about those things.
anything with the brand, yeah, sure. Okay, I think we are running a bit short of time. So thank you, Kalki. Thank you to our dignitaries, and it was a wonderful day here. Can we have a big hand once again for this very momentous day here? Thank you once again. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us today this afternoon, and have a wonderful day ahead. Please do go ahead and enjoy.